Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a lead sound out of a simple vocal sample, a lead sound that's easy to morph and perform with like it was a synth. Let's get started. What I'm going to use today in order to create a lead sound out of a simple vocal sample is the sampler track. This is one of my favorite ways to create synth sounds, any kind of interesting instrument using samples. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this vocal sample that I have right here. Super simple, but pretty much any vocal sample will do, because I'm going to show you all the techniques that you need to employ in the sampler track to create a very nice morphing lead sound. So let me show you how we can go about it. The first thing I need to do is I need to bring up my lower zone, so I'm going to click right here. And as you can see, here I have my sampler control. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop this sample right here, and immediately we have a sampler track created. Now if I play on my keyboard, I'm going to play the sample. Now, what I'm trying to do when I want to create a lead vocal sound, even a pluck sound out of a vocal, is I want to find a good spot where I have a steady pitch. So in this case, this is a good spot, so I'm going to move my sample start here. And my end right here. Now, before I go on, I want to make sure that when I play a C on my keyboard, I'm also getting a C on my instrument. So in this case, that's not what's happening. So unless you have perfect pitch, a very good way to do this is to add a tuner plugin on your sampler track. So as you can see right now, I've added this. So let's play a C. So actually it's an F. So let's try and change the root key. So I had to set my root key to D3, and now I have a perfectly pitched instrument. So now I can move on. Now, if you pay attention, you will see that when I play this sample, it stops, of course, right? Because we ran out of sample. Now, what can we do to address this? This is going to be a lead sound, so I want to make sure that this will last for as long as I have the key pressed. So in order to do this, I need to make sure that I activate a loop mode. And what I like to do is activate the alternate loop mode. Now, what is going to happen now? You will see that when I play the sample, it's going to play until it reaches the end point, and then it's going to go back. Now, what I can do is I can set my sustain loop start and end points, because I want to make sure that this beginning is not included in the loop, because it's a little bit harsh. So I'm going to set my in and out points like this. And I suggest you activate snap to zero crossing when you're setting up the start and end points, because when you do this, you avoid these clicks. So sometimes when a sample is not designed to be looped, you're going to get these little clicks. You might not be able to find the perfect loop point. But what I like to do is activate the crossfade right here. So as you can see, when I do this, this is going to smooth things out big time. And now what I need to do is activate monophonic mode, because this is going to be a lead sound, but I don't want this sharp attack to be there on every note, because if I play now, it's going to sound like this. I want to make sure that only this portion is played when I play legato. So I'm going to activate legato mode as well. And now I can add a little bit of glide as well. Now, the next thing I like to do is activate audio warp, because this gives me even more color for this sample. So I'm going to set this to solo mode, because this is obviously just a single vocal. And as you can see, now I have both the speed and formant controls enabled. And these will give me lots of options when it comes to change the timbre of the sound. And actually, I like the formant control a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign it to my quick control so I can control it straight away from my controller right here. So what I'm going to do is right click on this and go add sample format to quick control. And I'm going to select slot 1. And now I can use my controller here to control the sound in real time. Now let's see what else we can do. Actually, one thing that I like to do is reduce this release. So I want to make sure that I don't have this long release. And I can also add some pitch modulation. For example, I can go here to my modulation. So I'm going to create a pitch envelope right here. I'm going to add a little bit of amount. So I get this nice glide when I play the first note. Now I'm going to add a little bit of vibrato. How about we make sure that I have a little bit of vibrato control right here with the mod wheel? How can we do this? All I need to do is go here to my LFO and add a little bit of it. Now I'm going to go here to my LFO1 and change the frequency of this LFO. I'm going to go to 5 Hertz. And I'm going to activate the mod wheel so that I have control over this vibrato with the mod wheel. Now, if I want, I can add even more modulation. Let's say I want to add a little bit of a stuttering effect. So maybe I can go here to my amp modulation and add the second LFO to the amp modulation. So let's go to the second LFO. And in this case, I'm going to go for, let's say, a sawtooth wave. And I'm going to add a little bit of this. I'm going to sync it to the tempo as well. And let's make it quarter notes first. And of course, if I want to, I can also assign this to another quick control. But for now, I'm going to keep it like that, and I'm going to add some effects to this. Because right now I can already play this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a multi-tap delay here. Let's see how that sounds. So this has a ducker as well. And for the icing of the cake, I'm going to add the Revelation reverb. So as you can see, I have a lead sound with legato, with glide. I also have vibrato here on the mod wheel, and I also have the format control right here on my quick controls. And I can assign many more things to make this patch more alive. I'm going to play this lead sound on top of this arrangement that I've laid out, and I hope you have loads of fun creating your own lead sounds using vocal samples. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.